Hey guys, Steve Welch, Beeman Toyota in Nashville. I wanted to kind of bring a story and bring awareness to something that has been going on, so that you guys, especially, my viewers and my fans, that can help to protect yourself, just while you're doing normal stuff. So a lot of videos have been hitting the internet and stuff like that about people that are stealing cars, or basically sometimes you don't even know they're doing it. So if you have a key, just a regular push start, a lot of times those keys, you get to your door, and people love this. You just grab that, it unlocks the door, and there you go. Touch this, it locks the door, there you go. Well, what happens is a lot of times people are doing something like getting gas, right? When you get gas, a lot of people leave their key in their purse in the car. They leave it in their cup holder. I've seen people have it in their center console, stuff like that. You leave the key inside the car, don't lock the car. You go to fill up your fuel, you're standing there and you're filling up, somebody drives up behind you. Hey, how do you get to Main Street? And you start, you gotta go down over here. Next thing you know, your car starts and somebody goes to drive off because you left your key inside your car. I'm right, I'm here, right? I'm not that far from the driver's door, but I just got distracted enough to look back, and somebody hopped in the car and takes off. That's a lot of that kind of stuff that's happening. And God forbid, think about this: if your kid's in the back seat, you got your purse on the driver's side, your kid's in the back seat, somebody distracts you and drives off in your car, that's not good. That is a horrible thought. So I'm just, like I said, this is kind of one of those things. I want to bring awareness, and I want to shock you a little bit in this, because if you have kids and you've done that, and you've had your purse in the car, and you daydreamed a little bit, you were putting your credit card into the little machine to get your fuel out, you might not notice that somebody done that. Or some of these cars, you got your fuel filler all the way on the opposite side of the car. So some of the German cars and that, a lot of those have on the opposite side of the car. So depending on what car you have, you might be on the complete opposite side of the car from where your driver's door is, and somebody can hop in and take off. Here's the next part. Let's assume that your key has a really good signal, right? A really strong battery and all that. It's possible in some cases that you could be leaned up against the side of your car, or even you're sitting here and the driver's door is behind you, but you're leaning up, and you're leaned up just watching the gas pump on the opposite side, just waiting for it to tick down, and get to where you got it full up. Next thing you know, you go like this, your car starts, and they go off, and they go off because they walked into your car behind you. That kind of stuff is happening. Obviously, if you leave your car running, I'm just going to run inside real quick, and I've got the kids in the back, and I'm going to leave the car running, and I'm going to run inside and run right back out. No, do not do that, right? There are ways to leave your car running if you have to and have it locked, but just realize that. So bringing up all of this stuff to try to obviously alert you that things are happening. So if I just told you it was happening, but I didn't tell you how to protect yourself, or at least some of my opinions on how to protect yourself, I wouldn't be helping you. All right, so first things first, get out of your car, lock it, right? Well, lock the car as soon as I get out of the car, right? Keep the key on you. 100% of the time, keep the key on you. Don't leave it in your purse. If you have to put your purse on your shoulder, put your purse on your shoulder. Do not leave it inside the vehicle, right? Obviously, don't leave your vehicle running. Like I said, if you're running in for something, don't leave your vehicle running. That's just, I guess, common sense. And then one of the most important things I can say is to be vigilant. Look around, because there's been stories that I've seen to where somebody would be pumping gas and left their car doors unlocked, and somebody gets in from the opposite side and tries to take their child, right? just realize, lock your door as soon as you get out. Now there's another thing you can do just in case, like on Toyotas, and there different things will have different ways that you can do this, but on a Toyota, if you hold the lock button like this, hold the lock button, and let me see if I can show you here. So if you hold the lock button and then unlock, then what you'll get is that light's flash, and you probably can't see it, but if you hold the lock button then unlock, you're gonna shut off the key fob. So now if I go to this one, even though it has the sensor, I can't get into this vehicle until I hit this button, and then I turn it back on, and now it can see the car, the fob again. So I can shut off that fob. So shut off the signal to the fob if you're, you know, if you're worried about being close. Test these things on your car. All right, that's something else I'm going to tell you. Test these things on your car. So if you can stand next to your gas thing right here, like I just tried with this one, to see if, you know, it'll start. If I set, you know, if I even set it right on the tire, it won't start. So I just tried to see if I could get that car to start from leaning on it. There's sometimes that I have tried to lock a car door by holding like this, and I've tried to do it and it'll say key detected inside vehicle. So that right there are some cars that if you are close enough to the vehicle, it will think the key's inside and it will start. All right, so remember that. The other thing, fight. I know this fight, right? It's hot outside, it's cold outside, whatever the reasoning is, you want to warm up or cool down your car, right? So you're getting ready, and we'll have Spirit about to go overhead here. But you want to get in, start your car, Spirit. You want to go in and start your car, get everything warming up, and then you're going to go ahead and you're going to open the back seat, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to put, you know, buckle your kids into the back seat, right? And that's what a lot of times people do. You know, you're back here, maybe you're on the opposite side. A lot of times people will put their children on the passenger side, maybe in the middle, depending on the seat you have. So you've started the car, and now you're back here strapping your kid in, and when you're doing that, you're obviously paying attention to your child, right? Somebody hops in the driver's seat and takes off, right? So how do you protect against that? Well, once you have the door open, hit your lock button, right? So I know on Toyotas you can actually set it for wireless lock with door open, right? So what that is, and I've got a video that I'll try to link at the end here. I've got a video that talks about how to set that on some of the older Toyotas, but basically you can set it to where it can lock with the key fob even if a door is open, right? So what does that do? So if you're in there and you've got that one door open, and as long as I don't touch the back of this, you'll see this is locked, right? But this one is unlocked while I'm in here taking care of the child, buckling in the child, something like that. But like I said, don't you fight it, right? You're loading groceries up in the back. You just went to the store, you're loading groceries up in the back of your beautiful Highlander here, and you don't think to check up front and watch for people that have not good intentions. Southwest. Aha! Southwest. Anyway. But yeah, you're loading up the groceries, you're putting something, you know, you went to Lowe's, you're putting something in the back, and all of a sudden your car drives away, your kids are already strapped in. We need to make sure that we, you know, collectively, we keep our items and especially our families safe. All right, that's the whole reason I'm making this. These are all my opinions, right? But there are videos out there of people being taken, videos of cars being taken, and who knows who's already in the car, and just a ton of, I mean, I don't want to think about the backside of that, all right? But, you know, and I mean, think about it. See, you have a firearm inside your car, A lot of people have firearms inside their car. Somebody hops in, takes your car, gets into a shootout, kills 2 or 3 people. I don't want to think about that stuff, right? So we have to be vigilant. We have to watch around, right? So there's actually a guy out there that I watch some too. He's a firearms instructor, and I'll show a quick image of him too if I get around to it. But he always talks about what you do when you get pulled over, if you got firearms on you, things like that. But he did one talking about gas stations too, and his whole thing was pause, look around. You know, don't assume everything's okay. Look around, stay vigilant, look at where people are, watch, you know, your doors. You know, obviously lock your car, shut off your key fob if you're concerned, of course, realizing that your key fob close enough can unlock the doors. You have to do things now that 20 years ago wasn't a thing. Nobody can, I mean, 20 years ago, I never heard of any of this stuff, right? I mean, yeah, I mean, my brother, right? Left his car running, ran into a convenience store, and a couple of kids took his car for a joyride. That kind of stuff happened. But you've got people snatching people. You got people that are very, very good at getting your stuff. Very, very good at doing all the stuff that you don't want them to do. So just do me a favor, take care of yourselves. Make sure that while you're at a gas station, especially, I mean, go to well-lit gas stations. Go to, you know, in the middle of the day when there's a lot of people around. I mean, and just still don't trust anybody or anything or the situation. You might have been there 100 times. This time's different. This time is different. Do not rest on the fact that there's never been a problem for you. Don't rest on the fact for that. It's like the people that go, I've never been in an accident. You know what? At some point, that's going to change. Because usually, at least during your lifetime, at some point, somebody's going to be in an accident. If you've never had anything happen to you, you're due. That's the easiest way to put it. You're due. So look around like the next person that's around you is wanting to cause you harm or wanting to cause your family harm. If you do that, you will be as cynical as I am. You will not trust another living soul while you have your family around your car and you are in any way in a vulnerable situation. You shouldn't. Do not trust anybody. Do not assume that people have good intentions. In fact, assume they don't. Somebody's walking up with a big old smile, assume that they got it out for you. Watch them, right? But here's the other thing. Realize that person that's getting your attention might be the distraction. Head on a swivel, keep looking around, keep watching it. Just keep looking, keep watching around, right? Make sure that you are safe, covered, and doing the right things. That way you don't have any regrets over something that happened. You don't have to worry about getting your car back. You don't have to worry about, the negatives that can come from everything else I was talking about. You don't have to worry about that because you did the right things and you were safe. And I don't know of a better way that I could say this. So just secure your vehicle. Just make sure that it's secure. Make sure that, you do the right things. That way, you don't have to call those guys who showed up right on cue, right? So anyway, just like I said, y'all take care, and I appreciate you guys, and be safe. Steve Welch, you guys have a great day.